it's hot up in here. I just had to turn this heat off, y'all. It is hot. So, okay, so we're gonna do a part 7 for Jack in the Box. Okay, so we left off with Marissa because it's not Clarissa. I was calling her Clarissa, but that's not her name. So I was mixing her name, her Clara name, and her name together, and it's just not that. So her name is actually Marissa. Okay, but anywho, so we left off with her in her office and running into the guy that had last seen Jack and zapped his memory and da 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 da. Okay, and then she had put a little fear in him and that part. So, but why do you think that the fear was there? Because I don't think it was just because he saw her. I think it was something else. But let's continue. So Marissa sat across Clara and she looked back at Tom, who just left the office, and she kind of questioned him, questioned his well, I can't talk. Questioned his appearance in her office with her eyes to her, like, what's up? And so Clara just sat there and she put her head down like she avoided her eye contact. And so that alone said a lot to Marissa. So Marissa decided to say something. She said, well, hey, Clara, first of all, I came here specifically to talk about reopening the case to what happened initially before my brother had passed. There's still a lot of victims who we hadn't gotten an opportunity to talk to, that was just kind of left hanging. And I would like to go and actually talk to those victims. But before I can get an answer out of you in regards to that, what was Tom doing here? Oh, Tom, yeah. I just had to talk to him. He has a case going on now, and I just want to make sure he's going in the right direction. That's all. He does have a witness right now currently that is in protective care, and I just want to be sure that everything is going well. That's all. Okay. Well, did you get a chance to talk to him about what happened the day he was with Jack last? You know what? That didn't come up yet. Excuse me? What do you mean it didn't come up? Isn't that the last conversation you and I had just a day ago? I know. Listen, I promise it's going to be handled, Marissa. I just need you to give me the opportunity to shift through this because I have a feeling that I'm going to have to go through another department. Excuse me? Claire, I mean, who's over you? I mean, you are, I don't know, you're the director, correct? Or you're the new director, right? Okay, I'm not going to get frustrated here. I apologize. I'm not trying to get frustrated with you because I know you've only been here for a short time and you're pretty new at this. And, well, I'm just in this environment, okay? So I don't mean any disrespect, Clara. But let's move forward. You know what? I believe you're going to get things handled. I'm not going to stress about it. I know you're very capable. And I'm just going to, trust that you can take care of everything. So thank you so much in advance. Clara looked at her because what she's seen in her eyes versus what she was saying didn't quite match up. But Clara couldn't do anything but just say, yeah, sure, thanks. Thanks for believing that I will get it handled when I express that to you. Yeah, sure. No problem, Clara. But moving forward, this case, there are some victims that were a part of this case that still were left hanging. And I just want to revisit it, because the case is closed, but it shouldn't be closed. And those victims never got any justice, as well as my family and I. And they were left hanging because there's more to it, Clara, and I know you know that. And these are the events that happened prior to what happened to my brother. So, and this is directly dealing with the people that Jack was dealing with. And so it's just by time for them to receive some type of justice in regards to what happened to them. And I would like to be a part of that. Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely, Clara. Feel free to dive into the case and go ahead and talk to them and see what you can find out if they have any additional information to, let's figure out if they can remember something, remember someone that was there. Any details that they can come up with would be fine. So yeah, sure. I give you full permission to reopen that case. Absolutely, Marissa. Marissa was looking at Clara like very suspiciously, because even though she was giving her the go ahead, it was just that thing she just said that made her feel as if there was nothing to find there. It was what she just said. If you can find something there. It was just that thing that she said. If you can find something there. And it was the way she said it. As if it was already cleaned up. As if it was already taken care of. It gave Clara the inkling that she was walking into a dead end. But she looked over at Clara. It gave Marissa the idea that she was walking into a dead end. So she looked over at Clara and said, sure, thanks, Clara. If I need anything from you, I'm sure you'll be available to help me, assist me with this case. I really appreciate your help. Clara, oh, absolutely. Should I assign you a partner? Excuse me? A tag along, someone, maybe a rookie, so that you, with your experience, can make this a teachable moment. I'd rather not. I'd rather do this solo, and I really appreciate you with the teachable moment, and maybe we can do that after this case and moving forward. I would really enjoy that. So she hurriedly pushed her seat back and looked at Clara and said, well, thank you so much, Clara. You have a great rest of your day. And she walked out of the office as fast as she can and closed her door. Marissa walked down to the elevator banks knowing that somehow that conversation between Clara and Tom wasn't what she expressed to her. Because when Tom looked at her, he looked at her like he was scared for his life. And even though she wanted to take the credit for his fear, she knew it had nothing to do with her. It was something more. So she knew she had to get to the bottom of it by addressing Tom. She had to figure out how to corner him some way, somehow. She had to get him in a space where it was just them. She had to figure that out. She searched around the office as she was walking around, and she spotted Tom. And she just stood there watching him because she was ready to tell him at this point. Whatever it took. Marissa was going to find out the details that she needed to close this case once and for all.